What's up there, guys? It's Exotia coming at you live from the sun. And I'm just sitting here thinking about like chains of events and how like one little thing can change everything or make everything, happen in a different way than it would have had you not done the one little thing or but then again, you don't really know. You don't know what the fuck is this like feather duster shit, man. What the fuck, man? You don't really know like what would have changed. What the fuck? What the fuck? You don't really know what would have changed or what would have been different had. Oh, what the fuck, man? This is gonna piss me off. You don't really know. You don't know what would have changed or what would have been different, really. I mean, because you'll never get to know, you'll never get to go down the alternate path. But seriously, that's gonna bug the shit out of me, man. But it's fun to think about, like what would have happened. Had you done something differently, or or not done anything or whatever. Cause I was just thinking about my kid is like 16, and I haven't seen him since he was 2, and I don't know what he knows about me or if he knows anything about me at all, cause his mom doesn't let me talk to him or anything. Um, and I remember her saying she didn't want him to know what about the drugs and all that crap. But I don't know what he knows now. I mean, he's older now. He might know. I don't know. I don't know. And I was just thinking about how, you know, like I'm living in England, and now I'm in a situation where I'm fucked. But like, I mean, I'm living in England. The last 10 years, I never would have come here. I never would have, if had I never used drugs, I never would have come to England. Never. I never would have gotten here. Maybe one day I would have visited, but I never would have fucking lived here or gotten to come here for whatever reason. I'll probably never go anywhere else. I'll probably never fucking go. There's a lot of places I'd like to go, but I probably never end up going. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't do that. You know what I mean? But just thinking back, like because I used drugs back in 2003 to 2008, whatever. Uh, I ended up getting to come here. But what if I didn't come here? Like, what would I still? What if I never used drugs? Like, would I still be? I'd probably still be have the same job that I had. I was driving a truck. It was the last job I had when I was still living with my kid's mom, and I was driving a truck, delivering like maintenance supplies, and I'm just like, I was living with her in an apartment. We had an apartment, and my son was there. And like it was like fucking normal shit. You know what I mean? Only I was on drugs. But thinking now, like how I am now, it's like I fucking hate normal jobs. I can't. I mean, I always have, but now especially, like I fucking hate that my life's not gone the way that I wanted it to, because I've always wanted to do something with music or films. That's the only thing that really interests me. So that was kind of like what I was gonna do. But then I got all caught up in drugs, and it was like fucked everything up. Um, and now I'm 42, and I can't. What the fuck am I gonna? You know what I mean? But it's like I can't even fucking stand my stupid 3.5 hour a day job. I fucking hate it. It sucks. I hate that fucking place. And it's 3.5 fucking hours. Like, what's the big fucking deal? It's not that bad, really. When I think about it, it's no big deal. But it's like it's like I want to kill myself. I fucking hate it. And I used to work like 12-hour days with no break for some big asshole. You know what I mean? I used to do. How the fuck did I used to do that? And then I start remembering. Oh yeah, I was on heroin. I didn't give a fuck. I was stealing money, and I fucking had all this money coming in. I had money from there and here. And fucking, I was on drugs, and I didn't give a fuck. I just went and did my work because I got drugs. And then the truck driving job I had after the 12-hour a day job was long hours. It was long hours, but I didn't give a fuck because I was driving. I was driving and listening to music. That's, that was great. I don't mind that. Like, that's great. Cleaning a fucking school for 3 hours is like, fuck. It feels like 17 hours, But it's like I'm not on drugs now, and I can't like just focus and zoom through it. It's like, oh my god, I'm sitting here fucking thinking about it every little minute. So it's a lot different being off the drugs than when you're on the drugs and you don't give a fuck and everything's like, yeah, productivity, because you're fucked up. I worked in a CD factory, man. I used to fuck shit up there, man. I was so high, I didn't give a fuck. And I did my work, and I just, I got money. And then I'd blow it all on drugs, after I paid my rent or whatever. But and then I got fired because of drugs. And same with the truck job. I got fired because of drugs. And the job I had before that, which I won't name because I just mentioned stealing money, got well. No, I quit that one. I did quit that job. I fucking hated that guy. But yeah, man, it's so weird how the one thing you do can change. Cause I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird to think about how many different things. Like, you try to go back in your life, and it's like, how many other things did you do that maybe would have. Like, I wish I had different parents. My parents are fucked up, and like, everything they did like affected what I did, and it was like, oh man, if I had different parents, I never would have ended up in this situation now. Fucking rabbit hair. I never would have ended up in this situation now. And it's like, fuck. And everybody's like, oh, well, you can change, do whatever you want to do. No, that's not how it worked for me, man. I was fucked up. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to think about. Um, like, would I still be living with my kid's mom? I don't know. I mean, our relationship kind of started because of drugs. So it was well, we were roommates too, like, from the beginning. Um, I won't go into too much detail. I mean, she was dating one of my roommates, and then he moved her in, and then so we were kind of like roommates from the get go. And then when they broke up, she started seeing my drummer, and then I kind of meddled in that a little bit and broke them up. And we were already messing around anyway. But so we kind of got together on terms that were like, fucked up in the first place. I mean, we weren't. I mean, yeah, we hung out, we had fun and everything, but we were doing a lot of different drugs, and I'm not so sure. I'm not sure how things would have went, had we tried to stay together and we weren't on drugs anymore, because we fought a lot, and I don't know. There were just a lot of differences, but I mean, we were kind of the same in a way. I mean, but a lot of that I think had to do with just the way we were hanging out at the time, and so it's like, would I have even stayed in that situation anyway? It's like, even if I hadn't messed with the heroin or gotten into all the drug stuff in the first place, would things have stayed that way, or would I still have ended up like coming here? It's weird to think about. Like, you don't know. You can't. There's no alternate reality where you can go test it out and see what would happen. And I want that. I want to be able to do that. I want to go back in time and be able to try different routes and different choices. I think everybody does, but I think, it's just interesting to think about that kind of stuff. All right, anyway, I'm going to get off here because that's all I wanted to talk about. So I'll see you guys next time.